Welcome back, Tamers, and it's time for the King's Court. I'll be doing an updated profile of Machinedramon for the BT15 meta up until we get any more updates. And the only updates I would say we're going to be getting for this deck will be the Rapidmon from the Double Typhoon Structure deck. If you want to know what the card does, Isaac can put up a image right about here, like right here, to see what it is. We have translations for it. It is a sideboard, which is interesting. But first off, before any of that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications so you know when we upload consistently. Also, while you're there, why don't you follow our social media pages? Links will be down below in the description box. Question of the day: what are you playing for the format this month coming up? Are you going to be playing Shine Greymon? Are you going to be playing Bloomlord? Quantumon, stuff like that. Let us know. We're interested in what you guys think and what you guys want to play. Also, I should be hoping to bring a buggy deck of, or I call it buggy, but it's Tento Hercules Kabuterimon deck. Soon, I have most of the cards for it. The rest are just coming in the mail, so hopefully we can get a profile for you guys up soon. And as of right now, I mentioned in my my fingers are a little stiff, so I had to quickly get them a little. Anyway, and then hopefully when BT16 happens, not only do I get an update for that deck, I do get an update for Imperial. But while those guys are great, let's go ahead and talk about Machinedramon, who got a pretty decent sized buff in this set. And I'll go over that when we talk about it. So, let's go ahead and start with the Thomas. And as usual, we are playing 4 copies of BT7 Doraemon. Once per turn, when you add a card to your sources during your turn, during this card's sources, you can draw 1. I've gone over this many times. The only other eggs you can play if you want, you can play Doraemon from BT13, where if you swing and I think you have like 4 more sources, you draw 1. Or Kyokomon from BT15, for where if when a Pokemon is suspended, draw 1. But this one is consistent, and if you're getting your combo pieces right, like Chaosdramon X and all that, this is consistently getting you a card every other turn. So, and to combo with our lovable little angry boy, we play 4 copies of Doraemon. Doraemon is good. You really don't use on play in this deck at all. To be honest here, you don't use it. Unless you want to be cheeky. There have been times that you can hit another Doraemon or you can hit Chaos X off the top, but you're never going to do that, trust me. And then, but you play it for its inheritable. When you add a card to your sources, this card's sources, so the stack in general, gain a memory. So again, comboing with Chaos X, you have the ability to gain a memory and draw 1, thanks to the Thomas. So yeah. And our other rookie, and we all play 8 rookies, so sometimes we whiff on rookies, but not often. We play 4 copies of the new BT15 Hagurumon. Now, as you guys know, I did cut out EX1 Hagurumon a while ago in some of my profiles. It did hurt to not play my little gear boy, but he's back. And to quote Eric Bischoff, if you guys ever watched WWE, and better than ever. Yeah, so why is this card better than the original? So, first off, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg trait, and 1 Black Tamer to your hand, and then put the rest to the bottom. So, max value is getting a Digimon and a Tamer. And since they don't trash, if you see multiple Tamers or multiple cards, you can get them. And then Inheritable is Reboot. So you don't have to ditch a card to draw 2, so you're cycling. So Old Hagura was on play, ditch, draw 2. So it means you gave up 2 cards from your hand to gain 2 cards. This one, you're giving up 1 card and getting possibly 2. So you're at least getting a +1 to equaling out, which is pretty good. You're either equaling or you're +1. So there you go. And of course the Inheritable is Reboot, which can be helpful, and you'll see why. Alright, for champions. The thing with BT15, besides being a Dark Master set, which if you've noticed, was we got more of Digimon Seeker support. And in that we got SOC. So I've been testing and I like it. We are playing 4 copies of the BT15 Airdramon SOC. So you can Digivolve for 2 on top of an SOC trait, doesn't matter which one. And then on player, when Digivolving, you may by placing a Marvin Jackson from your hand underneath as this Digimon's bottom source, Digivolve 1. So if you have Dorian Dormon on this stack, he's a 1 cost to Digivolve, and you draw 1. And that de-Digivolving is pretty good, honestly. You know. And of course, it gives you an inheritable reboot. And I say of course because thanks to that inheritable having reboot now, we honestly are able to basically not always be worried about our stacks not having reboot. And sometimes, you know, you worry about not having blocker. But I think for this, not worrying about reboot is actually a little bit nicer. Because there are plenty of other cards you'd want to use. Alright. Now this is a flex spot, but I felt it was good enough to run. And that's 2 copies of BT15 Chaosdramon. So it's a blocker. And unlike other Chaosdramons, he can attack. As long as you point out the Digimon, of course. So as long as they don't have a Digimon, he can't attack. But then on play, or when Digivolving, by trashing 1 card with the machine or cyborg trait in your hand, one of your Digimon can't be deleted by your opponent's effects at the end of their turn. So against channel member C, or C-Bit, channel teammate, you know, all that stuff, and I'm going to mention him a lot because he helped me test out the ratios for this. Being able to make a stack unkillable means that a lot of your effects that delete and you get effects off deleting don't work. And so multiple times turn 1 would go Digivolve into Dormon and back, play down her Gurumon, add Tamer, add something. Next turn, move out, bring out, go into Airdramon, Digivolve, add, place a source, go back to 0. Digivolve into Gardramon, make the Airdramon stack unkillable. And that put us to 1, back to 1, or 0. I'm okay giving the 3 going into an ultimate, because I know the ultimate's not going anywhere, which was really helping out, honestly. And reboot, because of course. And finally, our last champion is 1 Miragrimon, obviously hybrid free game, and being able to give something else blocker. Usually you want to go and attack the immobile Digimon, sometimes you don't see it. And it's going to hit him with the old indubitably. Indeed. Hit him with the fancy pants. Can we get an indeed, or indubitably in the comment section below? Be like, how many times have you been hybrided for game? Alright, so let's go with our 7-drop ultimates along with the new ones. So let's start with the ones we always run. 1 EX1 Metal Greymon, 1 EX1 Metal Tyrannomon, 1 EX1 Metal Mamamon, and 1 EX1 Andromon. Gives piercing, and sometimes when you attack with it, you're able to blow up something, as long as you attack a player. EX1 Trio, blocker, level 5 cost or less, reboot. All look top 3, add a machine Digimon level 6, trash the rest. Then 1 EX1 Metal Greymon, or no, EX3 Metal Greymon, excuse me. Gives blocker and is a blocker. And in one of our gameplays that I will be uploading later this week, that's going to mean a lot. And then finally, 1 Starter Deck 15 Andromon, the de-Digivolving and reboot is pretty good. I know I went through, but if you know my ratios now for level 5, then you know what I go for, so let's talk about the new one. Let's talk about the new crew. I gotta fix that later. Alright. We play 2 copies of BT15 Megadramon. So you Digivolve off an SOC trade for 3, which is fine. On play, when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, place 1 Machine or Cyborg SOC trait card at this Digimon's division source. Add 1 such card to the hand, trash the rest. So if you want to be technical, the best thing is add one, place one, trash one. Sometimes you don't get any. Sometimes you may have to trash all. You don't hit anything. Sometimes you have to only place one because you can't do anything else. That sucks. When attacking, if you have a Tamer card in the Sourcebook SOC trait in its sources, delete one of your opponent's play cost 3 Tamers or Digimon. Lower 3 or lower Digimon or Tamer. That's pretty good. And I know that's really good. But the inheritable is what we like the most. And that inheritable is when attacking Digivolve 1, one of your opponent's Digimon. This has made the Deva matchup a little more easier, I guess. Because we can go attack the Deva, Digivolve it down if they have another Deva on board, and then force to blast Digivolve. And if they do, hopefully we can respond to it because we gain memory back off of their Deva being sent away. Very good, and thanks to some other cards we play, he actually sticks around a little bit. Next are our play cost 8 ultimates. 1 BT9 Megadramon, blow up a Tamer or play cost 3 or less. 2 BT8 Metal Greymon, because attacking unsuspended is really good. Plus, again, his Digivolving effect is also really good, but sometimes you don't always get it off. 1 Starter Deck 15 Metal Greymon, having blocker plus being able to security attack +1, always really good. And then 2 copies of BT11 Metal Tyrannomon. This will get cut down to probably 1 again, because the new Rapidmon, which does the exact same thing inheritable as the Metal Tyrannomon. So you may not need it, or if you want to play it still, you can always cut something in the level 7 cost list, or even cut one of these down. Because being able to basically tell your opponent, if I run over something, I can trash basically 3 security if you have the right stack. So, pretty nutty. Alright, that was it for level 5. Let's talk about level 6s. So, the first level 6 we're talking about is 2 copies of BT11 Machinedramon. On play with Digivolving, reveal top 5 cards, add an analog man among them to your hand, and then add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg to the traits, either to your hand or under him. And then on deletion, place bottom deck an analog man and play another Machinedramon out. You can play him, you can play EX1. And the reason I say you can play EX1 because he's the one you would want to play. And that is 2 copies of EX1 Machinedramon. Thanks again, C-Bit for the alt art. Honestly, great card. On play, place 5 cyborgs, red or black, level 5s. It has to be level 5s, even though it doesn't say it on here in the uncorrected text, but whatever. Level 5s with different card numbers. Someone tell Bandai you can design this card that says different card numbers and it works, but a certain Digicross from EX3 doesn't have that kind of effect. I wonder which one. I don't know. Maybe it's a big dragon, I guess. Anyway, with different card numbers, then you gain it for each one you place. All turns, DP can be reduced, and if the Digimon will be deleted, you trash 2 level 5s. Recently we had a tournament. I went X2 because just had some bad luck on one matchup, and green is really hard. Against Devas, this is pretty much your best card because Fanglong can't out it. It really can't. Yes, it can run over it, but you can save it, and then you can't out it because it's basically huge. It's 11k. Its DP can't be reduced, so they can't kill it, and as long as and you can basically let Fanglong go through, and you'll be able to constantly swing. And that's what I did. Like Fanglong only did, he got Fanglong off like each game, but it's like he couldn't out this with it. And then the best mega in this deck, at least in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure it's correct, are 4 copies of EX3 Chaosdramon. Being able now to have the effect of being able to Digivolve essentially 4, because of when you attack. Also, Isaac, if you want to place a picture of it's the promo Chaosdramon Ace. It's either BT16 or EX6 we're getting it. Place it right here. That also has the inheritable of Digivolving 1 and being able to play a team for free on Digivolve. Pretty good, honestly. So, I'm enjoying how this deck will play in the future. If you know Chaosdramon by now, Chaosdramon is just pretty much derpy, being able to place 3 sources from your hand or trash when Digivolving or on play, and then Digivolving 1 for each, and then alternates if he'd be bounced or bounced or be deleted, you can prevent it. I know I'm going really quick on this, but I've given so many profiles on how good this card is by now. And then 2 copies of Chaos X. Even with the new Chaosdramon, I don't know if you could. I would maybe play one BT11 Machinedramon to play one of that because you don't really need it. But getting that effect under this Chaos X to be, if it would leave the field, trash to either Machine, Cyborg, or SOC trait is really good. And it doesn't even it says cards, not Digimon. So if you have the Tamer underneath, you can trash the Tamer, but I don't think you would want to. It's just really good. It's a really good card. I'm really glad to play it, and I think it's really good. Honestly, I'm just waiting to see. Hopefully, we get a new, or even more of an SOC base, like another good rookie for SOC that can fit in here. Because maybe I can alter the list some more, but right now this is what I like in terms of its ratios. Like I said, but maybe play one, but still 2 of these are fine. Remember, starting your main phase, you get to place something underneath. That's Machine or Cyborg. Does not have to be a level 5. So that's why I say you can tuck it. You could, again, if you want to be spicy, you could play that's going to be limited Mock Gaug. That lets you unsuspend when your opponent has 8 or more cards in hand. Nutty. And then remember, they do copy all Machinedramon and Chaosdramon effects. That's why you can do it. And when it would be deleted, trash top security. So, as far as I know, and I've done this play multiple times, if you would crash in battle, as long as you have the protection, it checks this effect. You would be deleted in battle. Alright, trash top security. There you go. Then we now resolve other effects, like if you have the piercing check, and you have the trash top. Because you're still deleting Digimon in battle, you are surviving, so it's committing the checks. Which helps out a lot. Alrighty, now to the best part, or one of the good parts of the deck, or at least probably one of the more consistent engine of the deck, Tamers. And we play 3 copies of Analog Man. If you don't know what he does by now, watch every other profile I've done, but just give a quick TLDR. Trash level 5 with Machine Cyborg, draw 1, gain a memory, and then whenever your opponent attacks a player, you can suspend him to force the attack to one of your level 6s. Honestly, BT15 Izzy just does it better because it's able to be whenever they attack, not just attack players. I will die on that hill. I think BT15 Izzy, just for having the ability whenever it attacks, is better, at least in that regard. Overall, Analog Man is really good, and the deck would not function nearly as well without him. And finally, of our Tamers, the new addition, 2 copies of MJ, or Marvin Jackson. Security, play him without paying the cost. Start your main phase by trashing 1 card with Machine, Cyborg, or SOC trait in your hand. Gain a memory. You don't draw for this, so just know you do neg your hand a little bit. And then Mind Link, you just tuck them underneath with one of your Digimon with Machine, Cyborg, SOC trait, pretty much everything in the deck. And then all turns, while this card has Digimon has the Machine, Cyborg, SOC trait, it gains jamming and blocker. Having jamming on a 12k or 13k Digimon may seem ridiculous, but you'd be surprised how often you can still die to cards in security, like Digimon. And having blocker means you don't always have to put your level 6 or level 5s. And probably the fact of that is now, because if you have 1 of each on the field, and you have like 2 Digimon field, and you know your opponent wants to Death X you, you can tuck this under your Digimon to lessen their field, lessen their ability to do so. So yeah, Marvin Jackson's really good. I really like the direction this deck is going now, and I'm hoping I hope we're still getting reveals for that set, because I want to know if we're getting the SOC boss, whose big Digimon is the Machinedramon, Chaosdramon. I want to. He does. Is he a memory setter? I hope he is, because like the deck could use a memory setter. Because sometimes being set to 1 or 2, kind of annoying. For our option cards, we play 2 copies of Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. Doesn't need to get hit. You know who you are when I say that. You know who you are. If you watch this video, you know who you are, why I say that. It's not going to get hit. It's not that good. It's only good in maybe this deck, and that's about it. And maybe Raijinmon, you know, the card right here. I mean, maybe you can use a Mega Gargo, but I don't think they add sources, so it's not like it really matters. And then, but yeah, so trash your card with some Machine or Cyborgs. All your level 6s with the Machine trait gain Rush, and then on play if they have a source, gain Blitz, and then on security effect, you trash a card with Machine Digimon card with Machine or Cyborg trace. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with this play cost less than or equal to. You're hitting 13. If your highest you can hit is 13, the lowest you can hit is 3. Like, seriously. So, yeah. Sorry, a little stuffy. If you hear the sound going on too, there's a fan. It's a little warm where I am, so I just want to make sure I'm cool. But I mean, I know I'm cool because my mom says I'm cool. 2 copies of Supreme Connection, our new busted option card. Why do I say it's busted? Because of what it does. So, when you play it, main, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg trait to the hand, and trash 1 such card. Then return the rest to the top of the deck, and then place it in the battle area, and then its delay. You may place 1 level 5. You may play 1 level 5 or higher Digimon with Machine or Cyborg trait from your hand with a play cost reduced by 3. Its security effect is the same as its main effect, which is nutty. Now then, this makes your Machinedramon from EX1 9 cost, which means you can drop it when your opponent puts you to 1. You'll put them at 8, and then in game 5 you put them at 3. It's perfect back to memory setter. Makes Chaosdramon 8 cost, or no, 9 cost, and it makes your BT11 Machinedramon 8 cost if you have to hard play them. And it's attack heavy multiple Digimon. You can always go this for game much easier. I love this card. I think 2 is fine as it is, and I don't think it's worth upping the count. But if you think so, I won't judge. I think you know what you're doing. You there, especially if you know if you play this deck, you know I'm proud of you. Especially you in the back. You, I see you. Give me a thumbs up or type I'm here or type thanks for noticing me. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. 1 copy of Kongu. This is basically still my 1 tech. I still like having this for just not having to worry about getting hit with security bomb of Chaos Dag or small guys. Against Fenrir Luga, this can actually help you if you clear their board out and they only go and they have their little guy in raising. If you play this to choke them at 1, they can't swing and digivolve their line. So they got to keep it in there, and hopefully you've kind of stabilized your board. And then finally, 1 copy of Wisdom Training. I know, the people out there are like, why are you only playing 1? Because of the room, the space. I mean, I could maybe cut the Kongu, but Kongu served its purpose, and I could always maybe cut down one of the level 5s. But right now, the 1 training has worked. It's not, you don't always need to see it. And honestly, seeing it when I see it when I need it, and if I don't see it, it's not like it kills me. Because we have so many ways to filter our deck nowadays, so... And as I'm hitting this in security, it's actually fine having this be hit in security. because then you're just getting its delay, which is fine. So yeah, guys, that is my current updated Machinedramon deck profile. Trying to get everything together so I can put it together for us. So yeah, guys, that is the current updated Machinedramon deck profile. Like I said, if I remember to have Isaac put this in post, he probably will, because he's good at doing that. Yeah. Sorry, trying to figure it out. Yeah, we have new updates coming soon. Hopefully this deck will be much better. If I had to really guess where I put it right now, I think it can handle some stuff in the meta, and it can handle some other decks in the meta. But as far as, say, your biggest matchups that are tough for you, to me, green has always been hard as a matchup, especially now with Quantumon being able to basically make itself immune to Digimon effects for the turn if it guesses your card right, and stuff like that. So blue is going to be blue. Purple, Leviamon is going to be tough, especially with Levi X being around. But since we don't play by effects, we actually don't fall into Biting Crush enough. Like, the only effects we play by is Machinedramon itself. So if it triggers Biting Crush, fine. But, it doesn't happen that often. And since we don't really fall for Biting Crush as much, I'm not really worried about the effects as much. Fenrir Luga can just be a matchup that's either you're quick enough or they're too quick. I haven't played against Blue Fishes or Gomamon, Zero Ace decks. So, I haven't played against that much. Shine Gray is just an aggressive matchup that you have to basically, I would say it's a pace matchup. Same with Davis. Davis can just give you so much memory back. You're both playing Mega Zoo, essentially, in terms of decks, so. And Black or Greymon is just who can build the tower first. And then who has the Wrecking Ball. And then Dorbic is Dorbic. And Jesmon's Jesmon. Like, I'm giving up matchups that I know of. Same with Grace Nova is interesting. But not particularly bad because, again, you can de-digiball everything down. So, all the good stuff. Again, so, what do you guys think down below? Let us know what deck profiles you want to see, and let us know what more matchups you want to have on this channel. I've been Michael of the Golden State Kings. Hope you all have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time.